Paragraph 1. Gojo Satoru, full story, 500 words. Gojo Satoru was born into the prestigious Gojo clan, one of the most influential and powerful families in the world of Jujutsu sorcery. From the moment he opened his bright blue eyes, everyone realized that history had changed forever. He was the first person in hundreds of years to inherit both the legendary Six Eyes and the Limitless curse technique, a combination so rare that it completely altered the balance between Jujutsu sorcerers and curse spirits. Even as an infant, powerful curses instinctively avoided his presence because they sensed the overwhelming energy surrounding him. His birth was celebrated by his clan, but feared by enemies across Japan, who understood that a child with such unimaginable talent would one day become an unstoppable force. Unlike ordinary children, Gojo grew up carrying the burden of expectations that no one else could understand. Every lesson, every mission, and every challenge was designed to prepare him for the responsibility of protecting humanity from terrifying curses. Despite this pressure, Gojo developed a playful, confident, and sometimes arrogant personality because he knew that very few people could ever match his incredible strength. As he matured, his mastery over cursed energy advanced at an unbelievable pace, allowing him to perform techniques that experienced sorcerers struggled to comprehend. His signature ability, Infinity, created an invisible barrier between himself and any incoming attack, making it nearly impossible for enemies to touch him. Alongside this defensive power, he mastered devastating offensive techniques such as blue, red, and the fearsome hollow purple, which could erase everything in its path. However, extraordinary power did not isolate him completely. During his teenage years at Tokyo Jujutsu High, Gojo formed a close friendship with Suguru Geto, another exceptionally talented sorcerer. Together with Shoko Yeri, they became known as the strongest students of their generation, completing dangerous missions that ordinary sorcerers could never survive. Their confidence often appeared limitless because every battle reinforced the belief that they were invincible. Yet beneath Gojo's cheerful smile existed a young man who slowly began questioning the cruel realities of the Jujutsu world. He witnessed innocent people suffering, weak sorcerers sacrificing their lives, and corrupt traditions controlling the future of talented students. These experiences gradually shaped his dream of changing the entire Jujutsu society rather than simply protecting it. He believed true strength should be used to create a better future instead of preserving outdated systems built on fear and inequality. While many admired him as the strongest sorcerer alive, few understood the loneliness that accompanied his unmatched abilities. Standing at the absolute peak meant there was almost nobody who could truly understand his thoughts, fears, or responsibilities. Even so, Gojo refused to surrender to isolation. Instead, he transformed his loneliness into determination, promising himself that he would raise a new generation of powerful, compassionate sorcerers capable of surpassing him one day. That promise became the foundation of his life, marking the beginning of the extraordinary journey of the man who would forever be remembered as the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer in history. Paragraph 2. Gojo Satoru, full story, 500 words. Although Gojo and Suguru Geto were known as the strongest duo at Tokyo Jujutsu High, their greatest challenge arrived when they were assigned the mission to protect Riko Amanai, the star plasma vessel. Riko was chosen to merge with Master Tenjin, whose existence maintained the balance of the Jujutsu world. The mission appeared straightforward at first, but countless curse users and assassins were determined to stop the merger. Gojo confidently believed that no enemy could break through his limitless defenses, and together with Geto, he defeated every attacker that stood in their way. However, hidden in the shadows was Toji Fushiguro, a legendary assassin known as the Sorcerer Killer. Unlike ordinary opponents, Toji possessed no cursed energy, making him almost impossible for Gojo's Six Eyes to detect. Patiently waiting for the perfect opportunity, Toji exhausted Gojo through continuous attacks and careful planning before striking with terrifying precision. Using the inverted spear of heaven, a cursed tool capable of nullifying curse techniques, Toji pierced through infinity and delivered devastating wounds that left Gojo on the brink of death. For the first time in his life, the strongest prodigy experienced complete defeat. As Gojo lay bleeding, Toji continued toward Riko Amanai and mercilessly ended her life before Geto's eyes. The mission failed, and the tragedy shattered the confidence of both young sorcerers. Yet while standing at the edge between life and death, Gojo experienced a profound awakening. His understanding of cursed energy evolved beyond anything he had previously imagined. By mastering reverse curse technique, he healed his fatal injuries and unlocked the true potential of the Limitless technique. When he returned to confront Toji once more, his presence had completely changed. His eyes carried absolute confidence, and his movements became calm, effortless, and overwhelming. During the battle, Gojo demonstrated abilities far beyond his previous limits, combining blue and red to create hollow purple, an attack that erased everything in its path. Toji, despite all his experience and extraordinary physical strength, was unable to survive against the awakened sorcerer. Gojo emerged victorious, but the battle left permanent emotional scars. The loss of Riko and the realization that even the strongest could fail deeply affected him. Meanwhile, Suguru Geto struggled to accept the endless cycle of protecting ordinary people who often feared or rejected sorcerers. His frustration slowly transformed into hatred, pushing him toward a dangerous ideology that believed only Jujutsu sorcerers deserved to exist. Gojo desperately wished to save his closest friend from this darkness, but their beliefs continued to drift apart. The once inseparable partners began walking completely different paths. One chose to protect humanity despite its flaws, while the other embraced destruction in pursuit of a twisted vision of peace. This heartbreaking separation became one of the defining moments of Gojo's life, teaching him that overwhelming strength alone could never save every person he cared about or prevent the painful choices that shaped the future of the Jujutsu world.